Echoes from antiquity, the enduring call of ancient Greece. Imagine we could journey through time. Ancient Greece would be a radiant destination. Its ideas, born thousands of years ago, still shine brightly today. Why does this ancient land fascinate us so profoundly? It is often called the cradle of Western civilization. Its stories, its philosophies, its art, they all whisper to us across the vast expanse of centuries. We often seek to understand our own complex world by looking to the past. Ancient Greece offers a treasure trove of profound insights. It was a realm of brilliant thinkers, formidable warriors, and gifted artists. Their remarkable legacy is woven into the very fabric of our modern lives. Picture yourself standing in the heart of ancient Athens. The warm Mediterranean sun bathes the marble ruins in a golden light. The very air seems to hum with the echoes of forgotten conversations. Philosophers, with their searching questions, once walked these very paths. They engaged in lively debates about the nature of reality, about justice, and about the best way to live. They dared to question everything. On open-air stages, great playwrights unveiled the depths of human drama. Their powerful words explored universal themes of joy, profound sorrow, and the mysteries of destiny. The echoes of their voices, their insights, still resonate with us today. This extraordinary civilization profoundly shaped so much of what was to come after. Charting our course. A preview of millennia. Our epic Odyssey through time begins at the very dawn of Greek civilization. We will carefully explore its earliest formative roots. We will visit the Minoans on the island of Crete, with their vibrant, sprawling palaces and mysterious art. Then we journey to the mainland to meet the Mycenaeans, those warriors of legend whose deeds were immortalized in song and epic poetry. These ancient cultures were the essential precursors, meticulously laying the groundwork for what was to follow. Their societies, though distinct in many ways, both contributed vital elements to the Hellenic world. We will trace their fascinating rise and their eventual, often enigmatic, decline. Understanding these crucial beginnings is absolutely essential. It helps us to see and appreciate the full, rich tapestry of ancient Greek history. Their myths and symbols often persisted for centuries. Next, on our journey, we will witness the remarkable emergence of the polis. The city-state, an independent urban centre with its surrounding territory, became the distinctive hallmark of ancient Greece. We will explore Athens, the celebrated cradle of democracy and profound philosophical inquiry. We will also visit Sparta, the famously disciplined military powerhouse, known for its stoic warriors. Each city-state possessed its own unique character, its own distinct identity. Each had its own laws, its own customs, and its own particular way of life. Their frequent rivalries and shifting alliances significantly shaped the course of Greek history for centuries. We will examine how these diverse and distinct societies functioned internally. We'll look at their unique contributions to the broader Greek world and to civilization. This era was one of intense, groundbreaking innovation, but also frequent, bitter conflict. The unbroken thread, Greece's legacy in our modern world. Why should we dedicate our time to studying a civilization that vanished from the world stage millennia ago? The answer is simple. Ancient Greece is not truly gone. Its spirit, its ideas, its innovations live on in countless, often surprising ways. Our modern world, in many respects, is built upon the very foundations it laid. Think for a moment about our diverse political systems. The very idea of democracy, of government by the people, originated in ancient Greece. The core concept of citizen participation in governance is a direct inheritance. These are not abstract connections, they are direct inheritances from ancient Athens. Even the nature of our public debates and political discourse often echoes the lively discussions held in their ancient forums. Understanding this profound connection is vital for us. It helps us to better appreciate and safeguard our own cherished institutions. Take a look at our language, our literature, and our storytelling traditions. So many words in English and other modern languages have deep Greek roots. This is especially true in fields like science, medicine, and philosophy. The epic poems of Homer and the dramatic plays of Sophocles and Euripides still inspire writers and artists today. The universal themes explored by the Greek playwrights resonate across cultures and time. Themes of love, tragic loss, burning ambition, and inevitable conflict are as relevant now as they were then. These ancient stories continue to be retold, reinterpreted, and reimagined in new forms. Homer's unforgettable tales of daring heroes and powerful, capricious gods remain incredibly potent. The Greek gift for compelling narrative and profound storytelling is truly timeless. Their narratives continue to captivate, to instruct, and to move us. The scientific method, that cornerstone of modern discovery, also owes a significant debt to early Greek thinkers. They were among the very first to systematically seek rational explanations for natural phenomena. They observed the world around them with an insatiable curiosity and a keen eye for detail. They employed logic and reason in their attempts to understand its intricate working. Early Greek mathematicians like Pythagoras and Euclid laid down fundamental principles and theorems that are still used today. Their astronomical observations, made without the aid of telescopes, were remarkably astute and accurate for their time. This persistent spirit of inquiry, this dedication to understanding, is a cornerstone of modern science. We truly stand on the shoulders of these ancient intellectual pioneers. Whispers from Crete, the Minoan Enigma. Our journey into the deep past begins on the island of Crete. This large island sits in the southern Aegean Sea, a cradle of early European civilization. Here, more than 4,000 years ago, flourished a remarkable culture known as the Minoan. They were skilled sailors and traders, spreading influence across the Mediterranean. The Minoans created a society that was astoundingly advanced for its time. They built magnificent structures and crafted beautiful art. Their world was vibrant, sophisticated, and, in many ways, still shrouded in mystery. At the heart of Minoan Crete stood incredible palace complexes like Knossos. The most famous of these is Knossos, a sprawling labyrinthine structure. Its ruins hint at a society of great wealth and complex organization. Legend tells of King Minos and the fearsome Minotaur, said to reside in a labyrinth beneath Knossos. While the Minotaur is myth, the palace itself was a marvel of engineering and artistry. It served as a center for administration, religion, and economic activity. The scale of these palaces speaks volumes about the Minoans' capabilities and their sophisticated social structure. Their builders were true innovators. Minoan art is truly captivating, offering us glimpses into their world-view. Their frescoes are filled with images of the natural world. We see leaping dolphins, graceful birds, and colorful flowers. These artworks suggest a deep appreciation for the beauty surrounding them. One of the most iconic Minoan themes is bull leaping. Young men and women are shown somersaulting over the backs of charging bulls. This dangerous ritual perhaps held deep religious or cultural significance. The Minoans also developed their own system of writing known as Linear A. Unfortunately, this script remains undeciphered to this day. It holds their secrets tantalizingly out of reach. Their extensive trade networks connected them with Egypt, the Near East, and the Greek mainland, bringing them prosperity. What became of this brilliant civilization? Around 1450 BC, many Minoan sites, including Knossos, suffered destruction. The exact cause of their decline is still debated by historians and archaeologists. Some theories point to catastrophic natural disasters. A massive volcanic eruption on the nearby island of Thera, modern Santorini, is a prime suspect. This eruption could have triggered devastating tsunamis and ashfall. Other scholars suggest invasion by the Mycenaeans from mainland Greece. Internal strife or societal collapse are also considered possibilities. Perhaps it was a combination of factors. The end of the Minoan civilization remains one of the great enigmas of the ancient world, a silent testament to the impermanence of even the most advanced societies. As Minoan influence waned, a new power was rising on the Greek mainland. These were the Mycenaeans, a civilization that flourished during the Late Bronze Age. They were a more militaristic people than the Minoans. Their culture was centered around fortified palace citadels. Major Mycenaean centers included Mycenae, Tiryns, Pylos, and Thebes. These were the heroes of whom Homer would later sing in his epic poems. They were warriors, traders, and pioneers of early Greek culture. Their society was hierarchical, ruled by powerful kings known as monarchs. The Mycenaeans adopted and adapted many aspects of Minoan culture. Their legacy would profoundly shape the future of Greece. The collapse of the Mycenaean civilization led to the Greek Dark Ages, lasting from 1100 to 800 BCE. Populations dwindled and settlements became smaller and isolated. However, ironworking and new pottery styles emerged. As Greece emerged, the polis or city-state became the fundamental unit. Athens and Sparta became the most influential city-states. Despite political disunity, shared culture created a common Hellenic identity. Our exploration now takes us into the heart of ancient Greek society. Thebes was more than just a house. It was an economic unit, social center, and place of belonging. Typically the eldest male, held authority over the household. His wife managed domestic affairs. Children's roles were defined by gender, with boys prepared for public life and girls for marriage. Slaves were integral to the performing essential labor. Land and inheritance were crucial, passed from father to son. Marriage was a social and economic arrangement, not about romantic love. The family was the bedrock of Greek life, shaping every individual's destiny. The strength of the depended on the health of its. How did the ancient Greeks prepare their young for life in thee? Education varied by city-state, with Athens and Sparta offering contrasting approaches. Athenian boys received a well-rounded education, including literature, music, and physical training. Spartan boys underwent a rigorous program focused on military discipline. Girls generally received less formal education, learning domestic skills from their mothers. Spartan girls, however, also trained physically to become strong mothers. Education aimed to cultivate individuals who could contribute to their community. The methods reflected the distinct values of each. While boys were prepared for public roles, girls were groomed for their future roles within the household. The influence of women, though largely private, was profound. Imagine a typical day in ancient Greece, particularly in Athens. Men began their day early, heading to the fore business and social interaction. Women managed household tasks and supervised children. The diet was simple but healthy, based on cereals, olives, and wine. There was a notable social institution for men, involving conversation and entertainment. Clothing was simple and practical, with garments made from wool or linen. Personal hygiene was important, with public baths available. Leisure activities included athletic contests, theatre, music, and dance. Festivals dedicated to the gods were major communal events. Daily life was closely tied to the agricultural seasons and the sun's passage. Ancient Greek society was highly stratified. Citizens, primarily adult males born of citizen parents, held the highest status. All resident foreigners were free but lacked political rights. Slaves, considered property, performed essential labor. Women were largely excluded from public life, focusing on the. Spartan women enjoyed more freedom and could own land. The social hierarchy was clear, with each group playing a distinct role. Citizenship was exclusive, highlighting the stratified nature of society. The contributions of women, though often unseen, were essential. The structure of society reflected the values and priorities of the. Before philosophy, myths explained the world. In Ionia, a shift began, leading to rational inquiry. Early thinkers sought natural causes for phenomena. They asked fundamental questions about the universe and human life. The pre-Socratics explored cosmology and the nature of matter. The Greek fostered this intellectual awakening that became a center for debate and idea exchange. The rise of the sophists further stimulated intellectual activity. This shift laid the groundwork for Western science and ethics. The questioning spirit defined Greek intellectual life, and its legacy endures. Into this intellectually charged atmosphere of Athens walked one of history's most enigmatic and influential figures, Socrates. Unlike many philosophers before him, Socrates wrote nothing down. Our knowledge of him comes primarily through the writings of his devoted students, Plato and Xenophon. He famously claimed that the only thing he truly knew was that he knew nothing. His mission was to act as a gadfly to the Athenian state, stinging people out of intellectual complacency. Socrates' primary tool was his distinctive method of inquiry, now famously known as the Socratic method. He would ask probing questions to reveal inconsistencies in beliefs. In 399 BCE, he was tried and sentenced to death for corrupting the youth and impiety. He chose death by drinking hemlock over renouncing his principles. Socrates became a martyr for philosophy, his legacy enduring through the centuries. The execution of Socrates left an indelible mark on his most famous student, Plato. Deeply affected, Plato founded the Academy in Athens around 387 BCE. The Academy became a beacon for intellectual inquiry, enduring for nearly 900 years. At the heart of Plato's philosophy is the theory of forms, proposing a higher realm of perfect eternal forms. Plato's allegory of the cave illustrates this, showing prisoners mistaking shadows for reality. The enlightened philosopher escapes the cave, sees the true world, and returns to enlighten others. Plato's ideal society is ruled by philosopher kings who possess true knowledge. Emerging from Plato's academy after 2 decades of study was Aristotle, its most brilliant student. Aristotle's path diverged from Plato's, leading him to tutor Alexander the Great. He later founded the Lyceum, where he and his students, the Peripatetics, explored philosophy. Aristotle's empirical approach spanned every field of knowledge, from logic to ethics. His legacy, reintroduced through Arabic scholars, shaped Western thought for centuries. Aristotle charted the vast landscape of human understanding, leaving an indelible mark. Ancient Greek architecture was more than just constructing buildings. It was a profound expression of their deepest values. The Greeks strived for harmony, balance, and perfect proportion. Beauty resided in mathematical ratios and symmetrical designs. This pursuit reflected their understanding of an ordered cosmos. Temples and public structures were functional and visually breathtaking. They inspired awe and elevated the human spirit. Every detail was carefully considered to achieve this goal. This dedication to ideal forms influenced Western architecture for centuries. High above Athens stands the Acropolis, the heart of ancient Athens. Pericles rebuilt it after the Persian Wars, transforming it into a symbol of Athenian power. The Parthenon, dedicated to Athena, is its most famous structure. Built with Pentelic marble, it showcases exquisite craftsmanship and Doric architecture. The Parthenon's sculptures depict mythological scenes and the Panathenaic procession. Section 3. The Human Form Divine, Masterpieces of Greek Sculpture. Greek sculpture evolved to depict the human form with naturalism and ideal beauty. In the archaic period, kuroi and kurai were common, often with an archaic smile. The classical period marked a shift to realism and idealized human perfection. Sculptors mastered movement, emotion, and anatomical accuracy. The contrapposto pose created a natural S-curve, a key innovation. The classical period produced celebrated sculptors like Phidias and Polykleitos. Phidias created the Parthenon sculptures and the statue of Athena Parthenos. Polykleitos was known for his Doriphoros and the canon of proportions. Myron's Discobolus captured athletic action. Greek sculptors favoured marble and bronze for their works. Marble allowed for fine detail, while bronze enabled dynamic poses. Many Greek bronzes are known through Roman marble copies. Greek sculptures were originally painted in bright colours. Sculpture permeated Greek life, from temples to public spaces. It celebrated both the divine and human potential. Section 4. Beyond Stone and Bronze. Painted pottery and grand theatres. Greek pottery was more than utilitarian. It was a highly developed art form, offering insights into mythology and daily life. Black figure and red figure techniques allowed for greater detail and naturalism. Greek theatres were marvels of design and acoustics, accommodating large audiences. Famous examples include the Theatre of Dionysus and the Theatre at Epidaurus. These achievements left a profound legacy, influencing Roman and later European art and architecture. The Parthenon remains an icon of architectural perfection, inspiring artists with its timeless beauty. Section 1. The Olympian Court. A pantheon of power and passion. The ancient Greeks imagined their gods and goddesses in a very human-like way. These deities were not distant beings but vividly anthropomorphic, possessing human forms and characteristics. They held immense power, controlling the cosmos and human life, driven by human emotions like love, jealousy, and ambition. According to legend, they resided on Mount Olympus, their celestial palace. Understanding their characters and relationships is key to unlocking Greek mythology's rich stories. At the apex stood Zeus, the supreme ruler, with his wife Hera, the queen of the gods. Together, they presided over the divine family of Olympians, each with unique roles and stories. Section 2. Heroes, monsters, and moral mazes. The fabric of mythic tales. Greek myths were more than just stories. They were a way for the ancient Greeks to understand their world. These narratives explored the cosmos, nature, and human complexities. Myths explained natural phenomena and justified religious rituals. They conveyed moral lessons through allegory. Themes of fate, hubris, and justice were central. Heroes like Heracles, Perseus, and Theseus faced immense challenges. Their stories were filled with adventure, danger, and tragedy. Greek myths also featured terrifying monsters like the Minotaur and Hydra. These creatures embodied societal fears and moral failings. Heroes' victories symbolized the triumph of order over chaos. Greek mythology profoundly influenced ancient culture, permeating literature, drama, and art. Homer's epics, the Iliad and the Odyssey, are steeped in mythology. Greek drama by Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides reinterpreted myths for the stage. Visual arts, like the Parthenon friezes, depicted mythological scenes. Greek myths continue to inspire modern art, literature, and media. Their legacy endures, shaping our understanding of culture and human nature. Our journey through ancient Greece draws to a close. We witnessed civilizations rise and fade. From the Minoans to the Mycenaeans, each left a mark. Their ideas and achievements shaped history. This journey revealed a civilization's enduring legacy. The legacy of ancient Greece is not confined to dusty history books or museum halls. It is a living presence, an unbroken thread woven deeply into the fabric of our modern world. Consider the very words we use every day. So many terms in English and other languages have their origins in ancient Greek. This is especially true in fields like science, medicine, philosophy, and theatre. Words like democracy, philosophy, athlete, tragedy, and comedy are direct inheritances. Their epic poems, like the Iliad and the Odyssey, continue to inspire writers and filmmakers. The dramatic structures pioneered by Greek playwrights still shape the way stories are told on stage and screen. We think, speak and narrate in ways profoundly influenced by them. Their linguistic and literary gifts are all around us. The political ideals first nurtured in ancient Greece resonate powerfully in our contemporary societies. The concept of democracy, of rule by the people, though it has evolved, originated in Athens. The idea that citizens should participate in their own governance is a cornerstone of many modern nations. Public debate, the importance of civic discourse, and the value of reasoned argument in political life all have Greek antecedents. The very buildings where modern governments convene often echo classical Greek architectural styles. This signifies a conscious connection to those early democratic experiments. The challenges they faced in governing themselves also offer timeless lessons for us today. Their political journey continues to inform our own. The scientific method, our primary tool for understanding the natural world, owes a great debt to early Greek thinkers. They were among the first to seek rational explanations for physical phenomena. They observed the cosmos with keen eyes and used logic to develop theories. Thinkers like Thales sought natural causes rather than relying on supernatural explanations. Mathematicians such as Pythagoras and Euclid established fundamental principles that are still taught in schools worldwide. Their pursuit of knowledge through observation and reason laid crucial groundwork. This spirit of inquiry paved the way for centuries of scientific discovery. We stand on the shoulders of these ancient intellectual pioneers who first dared to understand the universe through systematic thought. The influence of ancient Greek art and aesthetics is equally profound and pervasive. Their architectural innovations, such as the Doric, Ionic and Corinthian columns, are still used and admired. Principles of balance, harmony and proportion, central to Greek design, have shaped Western architectural traditions for millennia. The Renaissance saw a fervent rediscovery of classical art. Neoclassicism in the 18th and 19th centuries again drew inspiration from Greek and Roman models. Greek sculpture, with its idealized yet naturalistic depiction of the human form, continues to define our notions of classical beauty. From grand public monuments to the design of everyday objects, the Greek sense of style and form remains a powerful and enduring influence. Their artistic vision set a standard that continues to captivate and inspire. Why does a civilization that flourished thousands of years ago continue to hold such a powerful grip on our imaginations? The answer lies in the timeless nature of the questions they asked. What does it mean to live a good life? What is justice? What is the nature of truth and beauty? These universal human concerns resonate with us today as deeply as they did with the citizens of ancient Athens or Sparta. Their philosophical inquiries, political experiments, and relentless pursuit of excellence continue to inspire us. The legacy of ancient Greece is a dynamic source of inspiration, challenging and enlightening us.